Let's be real. Choosing the right journal for your research is a huge deal. It can literally determine the impact your work has. So today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the Milky Way Scientific Journal, or MWSJ, and give you everything you need to know to figure out if it's the perfect home for your next big paper.
So what is MWSJ at its core? Well, think of it as an international open access journal. And that's key. Its whole mission is to get top-notch research out there freely to everyone, to really spark new ideas and collaboration in science and tech. And of course, it's peer-reviewed, which means you know that every single article has been put through its paces and meets a high bar for academic quality.
All right, here's our game plan. We're going to tackle 5 big questions. First, what exactly is MWSJ? Second, is your research a good fit for them? Then we'll dive into their peer review process. After that, we'll cover their ethical standards. And finally, we'll unpack what their open access license actually means for you as the author.
Okay, first things first, before you even think about hitting that submit button, you've got to understand what this journal is all about. You know, its identity and its commitment to quality.
So here are the fast facts for you. The journal is published by the Milky Way Open Science Foundation, which is based in the US. It's an online-only deal, an e-journal, so you won't find it in print. Everything is in English, and they publish 4 times a year, like clockwork: March, June, September, and December.
Now, we're getting to what is probably the most important question for any researcher. Does my work actually belong in this journal? Getting this wrong is the fastest way to a rejection letter.
Seriously, keep this question front and center. A journal's scope is everything. If there's a mismatch here, it pretty much guarantees your paper won't make it past the first look.
So, MWSJ covers a lot of ground, but it's focused on 5 specific areas. If your research is in computer science and AI, engineering, education, business, or finance and economics, then you're definitely in the right ballpark. If it's not, well, this probably isn't the journal for you.
And it's not just about the topic. MWSJ is also really specific about the kind of research it publishes.
Listen up, because this is important. They only accept 2 manuscript types: full-on research articles and comprehensive review articles. That's it. No case studies, no editorials, no letters to the editor. This tells you they're looking for deep, substantial scholarship, so make sure your work fits one of those 2 molds.
Okay, so let's say your research is a perfect fit in both topic and format. What happens next? Let's get into the nitty-gritty of their peer review process, which is how they make sure every single paper is up to snuff.
Your manuscript goes on a bit of a journey. First, an editor gives it an initial screening to check for the basics, scope, quality, ethics. If it passes that, it goes into a double-blind peer review. That means at least 2 experts will tear into your work, but they won't know who you are, and you won't know who they are. It's all about getting an unbiased opinion. Then, based on that feedback, the editor makes the final call: accept, revise, or reject.
So what exactly are those reviewers looking for? It boils down to these 4 things. Is it original? Is the methodology sound and something others could replicate? Is it written clearly? And maybe most importantly, does it actually contribute something meaningful to the field? If you can confidently check all 4 of those boxes, you're in great shape.
Great science isn't just about great data. It's also about a rock-solid ethical foundation. So let's take a look at how MWSJ handles scholarly integrity.
MWSJ is really serious about this. They follow the best practices laid out by groups like COPE, the Committee on Publication Ethics. For those who don't know, COPE is a major international body that basically sets the rules for integrity in academic publishing. Following their lead is a huge green flag.
And that commitment means there are some rules for you, the author. Every single submission gets run through plagiarism software. You absolutely have to disclose any potential conflicts of interest, list where your funding came from, and be totally transparent about your methods and data. It's all about building trust and making sure science is reproducible.
All right, last but not least, let's talk about what happens after your work gets published. It's super important to understand the journal's open access license so you know exactly how your research can be used and shared.
The journal uses a very specific Creative Commons license, CC BY NC ND 4.0. Now that might look like alphabet soup, but each part means something. You've got attribution, non-commercial, and no derivatives. Let's break down what that actually means for your work.
So here's the deal. Under this license, anyone in the world is free to copy and share your article. The only catches are they have to give you proper credit, and they can't use it for commercial purposes. But here's the big one. They are not allowed to change your work in any way.
And this no derivatives part is probably the most critical restriction to understand. It's there to protect the integrity of your research. It means nobody can distribute an edited version, a translated version, or any other kind of adaptation. Your work has to be shared exactly as it was published, period.
And just to wrap up the professional credentials, the journal has its official identifiers. It's got an online ISSN, and every single article gets its own digital object identifier, or DOI, with this specific prefix. These numbers are what make your work officially registered, traceable, and super easy to cite in the academic world. So there you have it. MWSJ offers a really focused scope, a tough double-blind review process, and a crystal-clear open access license that protects your work's integrity. The only question left is the one for you. Is this the right platform to help your research make a real impact?